and there are
So
certain.
we should be late then.
That's why you wait till it goes to the hour and then just a few seconds past. Yeah, we're fashionably late, I think.
Yeah, I think that's good. Could set a new trend here, Stephen, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I used to propose a couple of years ago going live 5 minutes early or 5 minutes later, but that sort of helped. But psychologically, you thought, am I going five? Which one is it, early or late?
You never know.
You never know. But we do know that it's Monday, and welcome to Be Live on YouTube. Hello, Nick.
Good afternoon, Stephen. Great to be here again.
Yeah, it's great to be broadcasting together, both in the same time zone, and we've got a situation. It's a bit cold in the UK at the moment. The weather's changed in the last couple of days, Nick.
It has. It has. Actually, not just the same time zone, Steve. We're actually in the same county, I think, aren't we? Both Hampshire.
No, I'm in wonderful Wiltshire.
Oh, you're
We're
Wiltshire.
close. We're
Ah,
close. We're close. We're very close. Where's Poole? Is Poole in
Dorset, I think.
Dorset? Okay. Hopefully going to Poole in 2 weeks' time.
Oh,
Depends what happens tomorrow, really, as to whether we can go, because the rules are changing again, aren't they?
they are. We've waited for our illustrious leader.
Right. True. Sometime tomorrow. Thank you to everybody who's watching live. Now, the format of the show is simple and straightforward. Nick has chosen 2 videos from broadcasters who broadcast using BeLive to YouTube. Then we have a short intermission when we talk about YouTube in general, and then we're back to 2 more videos. So that's the scheme of the show, and we say hello to Mr. Peter Stewart, who's trying to kid us that he's actually in Australia by saying good day. It's not going to work. We know you're in Aberdeen, Peter. Right, if you are watching us, if you could say where you're watching us from, Facebook or YouTube, that would be most helpful. Other than that, let's get the show on the road. And we've watched a little bit of these videos, but if you're on YouTube, you'll find links to the full videos below this post. So to start off, we'll probably start with video number 1.
That's
So
a good place.
it's good a place as any to start, isn't it?
It is.
Right, over to you, Nick.
Angels and Destiny with Ray Callan, and she's interviewing. I thought this lady was called Kasha, but she's Kezia Luckett. And yeah, it's just a nice little interview format. I don't know whether they have issues with the a countdown, because they come straight in without any preamble. Hey, some people think that's a good idea. So yeah, no, it's a nice interview style, nice layout, nice little top and tail, and yeah, they are talking about how to deal with things when the poop hits the fan.
Okay.
Yeah, quite interesting.
Let's learn a little bit more. Put the video full screen. I'm going to switch off Nick's microphone and then mine and press play. Enjoy.
Hello. Why is this show called this, you may ask? So I'll tell you. The accepted meaning of angel is messenger, and the accepted meaning of destiny is to make firm establish. So my guests and I bring you messages to establish what you need to know in the present. And also, I like working with angels and the calmness they bring. Now, in a moment, I will introduce you to my guest, Kezia Luckett. But before that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching the show live at a later date, as it means a lot to me to connect with like-minded women. Now, if you've never met me before, then my name is Ray, and I love to help women to crossroads in their life, heal their past, create their future, and transform their present. So they can take charge of their destiny in the here and now. I've also created a transformational journey to help you further on your life, but also a journey through the lifetimes. I'm the founder of Radiant Angel Energy, and I use future life progression, past life regression, angelic Reiki, guided meditation, hypnosis, angel oracle cards to help women who feel lost get clear on their reason for being here. Now, each episode of the show will cover various themes of a journey, a mini guided meditation, or angel card oracle reading with the wisdom of my wonderful guests, like today's guest, Kezia Luckett. I'll be sharing why when the shit hits the fan, it's time to take a nap. Now, Kezia Luckett is a positive psychologist, 3 times international best-selling author of the Pay It Forward series, Notes to My Younger Selves, volumes 1, 2, and 3, and founder of the Women of Contribution movement. Kezia is a pioneer behind 2 revolutionary new modalities called mind conditioning therapy and the energy code, combining positive psychology, quantum physics, heart math, and energy work. Her transformational results orientated approach has seen her work with a variety of clients, including celebrities, lawyers, CEOs, influencers, entrepreneurs, sports people, business owners, philanthropists, and socialites, shifting their limiting beliefs, fears, or barriers that restrict them from reaching the optimum levels of success, wealth, and happiness they desire. Now, Kezia has appeared on Medium, Entrepreneur, Top Sante Health Magazine, Thrive Global, The Awakening Giants docu-series, Good Housekeeping, BBC Radio and UK Health Radio. She is a member of the Association of Transformational Leaders of Europe, and she also lives in the UK, enjoys travelling with her husband and 2 children. So, without further delay, hello Kezia and welcome to the Angels and Destiny show. How are you today?
Oh, I am absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Ray, for inviting me on.
Oh, you're welcome. So before we get into this fascinating conversation, I want to remind you that you can also ask questions, leave comments and thoughts, as both Kezia and I want to be part of this conversation. So please do not be shy. So Kezia, why don't you tell us more about yourself and why, when the shit hits the fan, it's time to take a nap?
Oh, I will. And thank you so much for asking. It must seem like a really strange thing to say when the shit hits the fan, we need to take a nap. But historically, women don't. They just keep going. They keep going until they're absolutely exhausted and burnt out. And my journey really has been one of those. I was in corporate for a very long time, and then I set up my own business, a female concierge business, helping busy corporate women juggle the work-life balance, because let's be honest, we go to work, but we're also still expected to take care of the house, take care of the washing and the ironing and the food shopping and the kids and all of those wonderful things. And so I had a team of 35 women that would go into women's houses, and they'd do the dinner prep or pick up kids from after school club or do the washing or the ironing or the bed changing or unloading and loading the dishwasher, all those bits that really we don't want to be doing when we just walked in through the door. And
we're back.
Yes, one of the things I forgot to say, actually, I meant to mention it beforehand, was also when you go and have a look at this video, she's got a very good descriptive text in the description.
Right, okay.
So lots of links to each other, and yeah, it looks really nice and professional. I've forgotten to.
Yeah. And a very comprehensive intro.
Mm. Yeah, she certainly edified her guest, didn't she? Crikey.
Oh yeah, true.
Worth
That's what I mean. When you're interviewing somebody, it's about the person you're interviewing, not about you. That's good. Over to Peter, and Peter says it amazes me how many folk watch that type of thing. Well, yeah, they do. I mean, basically, people want to know about other people. And Peter again, much clearer without the green screen. Green screen, Nick.
Yes.
Nick's screen is green. Mine would be green, but I've got an image in front of it. Okay, let's hide that video then, and come back. So we're back, and the next video number 2, is one that I selected. Now, basically, we've changed tack. We've got 35 people who we can. That's sort of our jukebox. We've got a jukebox of 35 broadcasters we can call on. But we also watch the BeLivers weekly post, Nick.
Yeah, the weekly thread. So where people put their links to their shows, so they get more views. If they've been putting them in on YouTube, then we've been digging them out to give them up-to-date views and reviews, and hopefully, as we do it, we hope that they're going to get more views, more SEO juice, more likes. You're going to get 2 from us for sure. So
that's true. Yeah, they get 2. They guaranteed 2 new subscribers, 2 comments on the YouTube video, and we connect with new people. And we have had conversations last week with people whose videos we've actually shown. And basically, at the moment, we're all fighting for views, and anything that we can do to help, we will. Over to the next video then, video number 2. Now, video number 2 is by Aaron, and it will come up on screen in a moment. And it's a brand new show, which he's trialing. Aaron has been in live broadcasting for a number of years. He's a good friend, and he is a stroke survivor. And basically, he's built up Stroke TV from nothing using BeLive. He's stayed on BeLive since the beginning. He loves the platform. I had the honor of interviewing him about 4 weeks ago about how we'd actually built things up. His show is syndicated to 2 television channels, and he just keeps on going, and he's an inspiration. So without further ado, I'm going to put the video full screen, turn off Nick's mic, turn off my mic, take a comment from Peter. Do they use hashtags? Don't know, Peter. We'll check out afterwards. But these videos, they must be using some form of hashtag. But anyway, over to Aaron.
Hello, community. Welcome to the brand new Therapy Thursday show. I'm your host, Aaron Outlaw. Welcome, everyone. So what you're about to witness is me just setting up a show actually for next Thursday. I'm not prepared this show like I should. So I'm really going to debut this same Mirrorbox Therapy show next Thursday. But here I am. I wanted to give you a behind the scenes look at what I do to prepare, because it really takes me hours to prepare. So right back there, you're going to see the mirror box I will be using in today's episode. But I thought we should bring in Dr. Karen Sullivan's opinion on what she thinks of this mirrorbox therapy. So bear with me as I bring in Dr. Karen Sullivan. Oh, goodness me. Again, yeah, this is not a production like prepared show. You see what it takes for me to be behind the scenes to get ready. So I wanted, right now what I'm doing is setting up my program to play Dr. Karen Sullivan's show. So bear with me as I prepare that and get it on the screen. I got it now, guys. Bear with me. So let's watch Dr. Karen Sullivan and what she has to say about mirrorbox therapy. All right, Dr. Karen Sullivan, go.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Dr. Karen Sullivan with you with another I Care for Your Brain lecture. I am a board-certified neuropsychologist, and I am here to empower you with science-based brain health information and evidence-based recommendations. We have been meeting here for a couple months now, and it is very important to me that you know that you can tune in and find out real, interesting, very valid scientific information that you can apply to your own recovery. What we are going to talk about all month in April is stroke and post-stroke recovery, and what are some evidence-based things that you can be doing.
We've got a slight echo there, so I'm going to stop the video and bring us back. And I'm going to try and bring us back, Nick. Bear with me a second.
Take your time, Steve. Take your time.
It's okay. It's okay.
Actually, one of the things I wanted to say about that is quite, it's hard enough trying to have a show and do the production at the same time when you're on screen. So Aaron does an amazing job. I have to say, you know, is incredible.
He is an inspiration, really, and the work that he actually puts into the shows, in preparing for the shows. This one, you know, I mean, he's going the extra mile in what he's actually doing. So what I want to do now is something completely different, because I'm going to hide that. Hopefully, yep, that's that gone. I'm going to hide that. That's that gone. So it's just me and you. And now I'm going to share screen. And this is live. Hopefully, okay, go over there.
Will this be the blog?
The blog, yeah. So one of the things it's good to have behind everything we do on live video is a blog post. This is my WordPress blog, and I'm going to put it full screen and leave our microphones on, so you can actually see these are the blogs that I posted in the last couple of days. One about software, and then we go on to royalty-free music for your shows. But I did one today on request, really, because I was asked in the BeLivers group, how do I actually embed a live video into my website? So let's go and have a look. Now, when I press this button, anything could happen. So hold on to your seat, because we've actually on this site got this video that we're doing now embedded and broadcasting live. So anything can happen. So we're going to view the video, and screen will change, and it says BeLive on YouTube, episode 8 with Nick and Stephen. That is factually true. We are live, and we are live. Now, as I scroll down, see the live on Facebook has disappeared, but the live on YouTube is still there. Yeah, so we're going to view the video, and I'm going to turn the sound off. Screen will change, and it's right. So I'm turning the sound off, but because I embedded the video from Facebook, the Facebook post is no longer the video, because Facebook doesn't post the video until we've gone live.
Yeah.
So this is where Facebook have actually shot themselves in the foot, because it's impossible now to embed a live video on your website. Yeah. YouTube. Sorry, Trini.
Not from Facebook, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas YouTube, the URL stays the same. As soon as you schedule a live broadcast on YouTube, then the URL stays the same. And therefore you can embed it in your blog post, and you can tell people, go to this URL and you'll watch me live. Yeah. So they don't have to go to Facebook, they don't have to go to YouTube, they just go to your blog. That means you've got more people going to your blog, which is your own turf.
Perfect.
And people can watch you from there. So this, as Nick and I were talking before we started, this is a way of actually promoting your show before you go live. As soon as you scheduled your broadcast, then you can write a blog post and publish it, and then additional information can go in there, and then you can then share it everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a great idea. I mean, when you first mentioned it, I was thinking, oh, that's not bad. And then suddenly, as you go through it, you're thinking, crikey, yes, there is so much more you can do if you've got it embedded in your blog post. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, sorry. Yeah.
And it was nice to see the previews on the number of views on the blog, even when we're live. You know, there was 60 plus.
Yeah, there was 62 before we went live. We're upping that now, and that will, in all probability, go up to about between 300 and 500. So it is a great way of actually promoting your show. But do use the BeLive link. Sorry, the YouTube link. Don't use the Facebook link, because it don't work, as we've just seen. So good news, and thank you to Facebook, really. Well, no, not really. Thank you to Facebook for breaking it. It's unfortunate. Right, okay, now questions. We say hello to Corinda, who's joined us.
Hi, Corinda.
And Corinda is watching the news.
Oh dear, I wouldn't do that, Corinda.
Yeah. I've done a blog about how to embed the Facebook code and the YouTube code, although it's only half as useful as I wanted it to be. And then the question that came up on the screen is, but why Facebook and Google always in court and testifying? It's basically in America, we've got the same situation in the UK. Google and Facebook and all the major social media sites have to appear before a committee who decide whether they're actually they're actually behaving is the shortest word I can think of, being held to account for what they're actually doing. Because I mean, with 2.3 billion users, Facebook is a force to be reckoned with, and they have to behave. Now, in the American election, they were putting warning stickers and everything, because it may not be true. So they go before Congress to actually testify, and so they do it in the UK as well before select committees.
Exactly. I can say if they were UK companies, they'd be in front of select committees all the time, I'd imagine.
Yeah, true. And Peter is very interesting. Peter's saying Facebook want you for themselves. So in other words, they don't want us to be outside Facebook.
No, I think he's right. I think they want you right where they can see you. So they can serve more ads, I'm guessing.
Indeed. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, is making the money. And over to Peter again. Sorry, Peter. Yeah, it's 300 to 500 people on the blog. If I want to, I can share screen for a moment. I just want to just the importance of a blog. If I go down here, I'm going to share screen again in a minute, but I'm preparing first, so forgive me. I'm going to go to my stats dashboard, and it'll be up on screen as soon as I can find it. Okay, how important is a blog? Let me tell you. I'm going to bring this back up on screen. I'm going to put it full screen just for a minute. Okay. This is a blog that I created 5 months ago. New blog site, and it's had 73,667 visits to date, of which 15,900 have been this month and 6,000 have been this week.
Wow!
So because I actually, thank you, Corinne. I'll come back to that in a minute. Because I actually write blog posts, 4 or 5 blog posts a week, and promote them on Twitter and on Facebook. That's where the audience is coming from. Yeah. Then I write about things that people want to know about. So in addition to writing about the broadcast that I do, well, let me show you. If I go back up again and I go up to here and go to trending. Okay. And you'll see on the right hand side, these are my top 10 posts, and Peter was talking about 300 to 500 views of a blog post. My top blog post is about my hardware and software, and that's had 7,000 views. The next one was about Facebook, 2,400 views. Then my top broadcasting software list, which I only released last Friday, has had 1,980 views, and my course about BeLive, 1,940. So a blog post is in terms of actually getting people to actually come and read and watch, is the most powerful way still of actually attracting and building an audience. Okay, but the third one there, which is the top broadcasting software, as I say, was only written on Friday. So, and in all probability, it will go up to the 7,000 for like the other blog post, because basically, without my doing anything, 200 people a day are actually just coming to look at it. So blog post is important. That was only started 6 months ago, and it's fueled by tweets and by posts on Facebook. So when I do a blog, it goes onto Facebook on business page, on personal page. When I do a blog, it goes out on Twitter, and it goes out on Twitter 2 or 3 times.
Right.
Yeah, don't just tweet about it once, because if you tweet at 5 o'clock, you reach one audience, tweet at 10 o'clock, you reach another audience, tweet at 9 o'clock in the morning, you reach different audiences. And if you change the wording ever so slightly, you won't get any complaints from Twitter. So that's an answer to your question, Peter. And Corinda's saying, right, no to Peter. And Anna's watching. Hello, Anna. Anna Bree's got, oh, no, she's not. No, got a 7-day ban, but got it back after 2. Yes. Bans by Facebook is a sore point with both of us. It's not.
Yes, I was removed for 10 hours. It scared the pants off me.
Yeah. How many people do it? How many people blog? There are more people write blogs than go live. Blogging will never disappear, a bit like podcasting, really. And what happens? I'm not sure that's in relation to Corinda, but I do know what happens next, because this is a live video show. I'm searching for video number 3.
We digress.
I'm going to go here.
Well, you're finding it. Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
And that is, do you find a lot of your blog content from questions people are asking in different groups?
Right. I see, the true story. I wake up in the morning with an idea, and I just go with the idea and write a blog about it before I forget it. That's the where most blogs come from. The hardware and software list was basically it's a staple. And then doing the software systems, I was always trying to work out how many systems are there that you can actually go live on, and of those, how many are actually useful. And I got a list probably about 18 at the moment, but that was all driven by OBS Ninja, because I wanted to promote OBS Ninja and BeLive, of course. You'll notice by accident, of course, that the top of the blog is it's good. At the top of the blog is BeLive. At the bottom of the blog is BeLive. So it is slightly fixed. But even so, it does, without comment, list all the major sites, including StreamYard. What's the name of my blog? Live video training. I'll post a link afterwards, Peter. But thank you for asking. And over to Liesl. And hello, Liesl. Thank you for joining us. Right. Okay. And Lisa's saying she does blog posts about live streams. It's great, because we're just talking about it, Lisa. If you do a blog post before you go live, embedding the YouTube link, as we just proved that's still effective, then you can get an audience for before we go live, when you go live, and afterwards as well, because the blog is forever.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's not going to disappear. What is it with live streaming comment? Don't work on BeLive or any platform. Don't know. I'm able to see all of your comments at the moment, Corinda. It's a complicated system, because Facebook sees the comment and says, okay, I'll send this comment to BeLive or StreamYard or Zoom, and then Zoom sees it. And that's why there's a delay between your typing and it actually arriving on the screen here, because it's then processed by BeLive or YouTube or whatever. Okay, right. I'm going to put your video full screen now, Nick. Cool. I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to switch my microphone off. Would you like to tell us about the video?
Yes. This is Sacktown Movie Buffs. They're reviewing Druid Peak. And this is nice. It's nice. A little 15-minute review video. They had been doing some horror, so they've been off air for a while. So that's why I wanted to pop them back on. And yeah, they've watched the film and they have a nice little chat about it, and then they give it stars out of 5. So I won't spoil it. So you have to watch it to see how many stars they give Druid Peak, and it's a nice indie film.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of
Welcome
Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm Kier, and this is Jason. And today we are back again with our Indie of the Week series. So we took a few weeks off for basically for October. We're doing a lot of horror film reviews and that sort of thing. So, but we're back in the fold. We're going to do another Indie of the Week review. And I'd say without further ado, we kind of just get right into it. So the film that we're actually going to be reviewing today is going to be Druid Peak. And I'm actually going to have Jason take this one on. So if you don't mind, Jason, if you'd like to tell us a little bit about what that film is.
Sure. Druid Peak is a film that is directed by Marnie Zelnick. It stars Spencer Treat Clark, who you may recognize from some movies like Unbreakable. He was also in Glass. A young actor who he's playing a troubled teen who is getting into a lot of trouble at school, acting out, picking fights, just generally getting in trouble and being too much of a handful for his mother. And so she sends him to live with his father, who he is estranged from, who is a Yellowstone park ranger. Played by Andrew Wilson, who is one of the Wilson brothers. He's Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson. He's the third Wilson brother, basically.
The lesser known Wilson, but I feel like he does like the better films sometimes. You know what I mean? The more artsy stuff. So.
Yeah, but he still has that voice. You know, you recognize that kind of Texas Wilson. And that is weird. I'm going to take the film off solo, and thank you, Peter, for letting us know. Basically, in the studio, you could see me unmuting and muting your microphone, Nick. Yeah. Every time I muted your microphone, I couldn't hear the video. And when I unmuted you, I could hear the video. But that meant that there was an echo, and Peter noticed the echo, and he says the echo is killing him. So we'll see how we go with the next video.
Yeah,
we'll bring that one back next week, you think, as an extra video?
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. Sorry, Peter, for echoing you out there.
Right. Okay. So we'll take that down, and now what do we do now? Do we play video number 4? Which would be a logical thing to do, or is that going to have an echo? Okay, I'll bring it up on screen.
Yeah, let's try.
Let's go for it. We'll go for it. Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, links to the videos are down below. You can always watch them once we've highlighted them, and we'll see what happens with the sound on this one. So this is a short video, and the thing I noticed about this, if you go and look at the video afterwards, is that they have actually, within the text of the video, I acknowledge that they're actually using a certain piece of music. So let's see what happens to us. Okay. Okay, so let's put the video full screen. And again, I'm going to turn off Nick's microphone, I'm just going to press play, and hopefully you'll get sound on this one. If you can hear this, Peter, can you just say yes?
On this episode of Splicesight, I talk with executive producer John Mankiewicz on how the show House MD handled rare disease stories. I'm your host, Daniel DeFabio.
Today, my guest is my former boss and old friend, writer and executive producer on shows like House of Cards, The Mentalist, The Marshal, House MD, which is specifically what we'll be discussing today. If you go back far enough, he wrote on Miami Vice. John Mankiewicz, it's great to have you here. Welcome to Splicesight.
It's good to be here.
What is the role of an executive producer in 1 hour television?
Well, writers run television, basically. And so the creator of the show or a sort of a couple upper level writers on each staff are executive producers. And we write the scripts and we hire the directors and we cast the shows.
On a show like House MD, medical diagnosis is sort of the whodunit. That's the kind of culminating point. Did an episode typically start with, this would be a good diagnosis, let's work backwards from that?
The Bertrand Ruchet book, we pretty much used for the first 7 or 8 episodes of House, of which Socratic method was one. So there was a chapter about Wilson's disease in that book.
You wrote the episode, The Socratic Method, which the diagnosis at the end is Wilson disease, which is a copper transport disorder. And that's especially important to me because it's sort of the flip side of the disease my son had. So with Wilson's, you get too much copper, and with Menkes disease, you get not enough copper. And I believe the kid in the show's name was Lucas, and my son was Lucas. So
that's right.
Coincidences abound. But I reached out to a friend of mine who's a filmmaker who made a film. She has Wilson, and she made a film on Wilson. And I asked her about the episode, Socratic Method.
John, a question that I had in watching the episode is the patient had both cirrhosis of the liver and liver cancer. And at the time of writing this, in the early 2000s, there was no link between Wilson disease and liver cancer. So my question is, was that a red herring, or what was the purpose in adding liver cancer to this character's profile?
I mean, when you're writing fiction, sort of the rule is, you know, in a non-medical fictional TV show, you can make up something that if it happened once, you feel comfortable dramatizing it that way. In the medical show, we were a little more rigorous, and it had to be the short answer to your question is, I think it was coincidental it was a red herring, but
now take solo off and we're back. I've actually worked it out. I've solved the problem whilst we're live on air, which is good. The reason that you and I couldn't hear the video, or at least I couldn't hear the video, is that the video itself in the studio was set to mute. Yeah. So the sound was going out fine. But the video, the third and fourth videos actually muted themselves. So we can bring that video back next week and know that it's going to work.
Brilliant, brilliant. But I have to say that was a good one. I mean, I love these behind the scenes things, how storylines get worked out, and the fact that the guy was a writer on Miami Vice just is like heaven to me. So
yeah. I mean, these are A-listers.
Yeah.
Should we be so lucky? One day, who knows? Right. So we've done the 4 videos. We've looked at vlogging. And we've come to the end of this broadcast. Apologies to Peter for blasting him with echoes, and thank you to Liesl for joining us. And she does a live stream on YouTube. It was good. Corinda, thank you. Peter, thank you. And it's over to you, Nick.
Yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for your comments and advice. We are back. We're here every Monday, 3 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Eastern time for another edition. If you do want your videos featured when you put them on YouTube, either do message myself or Stephen, or if you're going to put them on the BeLive thread, because we'll certainly pick them up from there. But apart from that, I had a great week. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Stephen. and we will see you all next week.
Always a pleasure. Right. Take care, everybody.